Hi, I'm Abigail Roberts, and I'm an intern this summer for the Central Missouri REAP.
You're from Kansas City
Kansas City, Missouri.
and majored in animal science?
Yep, animal science.
What do you hope to do?
This internship has made me think more about grad school, but I was on the pre-vet track, but now I'm thinking more grad school because I've got to work with a bunch of graduate students.
Sure. So, and you got a wide variety of experience this year in animal science, not just
did.
reproduction.
Right, yeah.
So kind of go through some of those things.
So I got to work with Haley Hedrick, and she is she's in swine repro, but she had a nutrition study this summer and a little bit in the spring semester, and I got to work with her a lot. So I kind of got to see like farrow to finish kind of in the research sector, and then I got to spend a lot of time at the feed mill with Ty Peckman, and I really enjoyed that because I got to learn a lot about nutrition.
That's probably something you never thought of as being part of animal science.
No, not at all. I didn't really think about it, but then once you start learning about all the components of it, like the different, additives and whatnot, and how much work goes into it, it's kind of crazy.
I bet it is. And every animal, had different ration, I suppose.
Yes, and it's one of the most interesting things to me was we had to do a bunch of different feeds for dairy cows, just like based on how much they're milking and if they're dried off. And I thought that was super interesting because I didn't know that would be a thing, honestly.
Well, you also worked at the dairy farm.
Yes, I did.
So you got exposure to swine, feed mill, dairy, and also beef maybe a little bit?
A little bit of beef. Dr. Polk, I got to see his personal cows, and I get to work with him. It's a lot of fun. He's a colorful guy.
Now, does he have dairy or does he have beef?
He's dairy. He's a board certified vet in both, actually. So
Okay.
That's why it's been a real privilege to work with him. But he has dairy cows. He works with dairy at the university dairy, and then he has his own personal beef cows. He has Simmental Angus, I believe.
Oh, so you got a little bit of the whole part of animal science.
Yes, yeah.
And did you get a lot of hands-on work?
I did. I've done a lot. I've got a lot of sleeve time, like palpating the
What's
dairy
that mean,
cows.
palpating?
It means going in rectally and then feeling like the reproductive tract, and that's how you artificially inseminate.
So you get to see if they're there.
Yes. It's been really cool. I've got to feel ovaries and then actual calves inside.
Really?
When they're pretty far along. It's been super interesting.
Did they ever have the ultrasound going so you could see what you were?
Yes, I've got to work with Dr. Baldriggi too. She comes in with the vet students on Tuesday mornings, and she does ultrasound with them, and I get to see that a lot. And then they talk through it, and I've got to learn how to read it way better because they kind of talk through it every single week, and it's been a lot of good practice.
Because they're seeing lots of things in there.
Oh yeah, it's like the vet students will talk about finding the bladder first, and then feeling what a follicle looks like on an ovary, and it's crazy.
And they can even tell if it's a heifer or a bull, can't they?
Yep, we usually sex about 60 days, probably. That's what Dr. Polk does.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Wow. So, and did you do any AI in?
Yes, I've got to practice doing AI on Fridays. They're on a timed AI schedule, so it's with a bunch of different hormones throughout the week, and then they artificially inseminate on Fridays. I've got to practice. It's been a learning curve because this is the first time, this summer is the first time I've gotten to actually pass the rod through. So it's been hard. Every cow is different, so it's interesting.
And don't you have to get through the muscle or something with that rod?
Yes, so the cervix has rings, and you have to get through each of those rings, and it's 3 or 4, and that's kind of what makes it so difficult. And because you're just feeling through rectally, so you have one hand in rectally, and then the rod going in through the reproductive tract, and so it's hard because you have to find the cervix and they tell you should sweep it and kind of pick it up and be able to feel it. So, but again, every cow's different, different sizes, and it's a cow or a heifer, it'll feel different. So it's interesting.
And they probably react different, don't they?
Yes. If it's a heifer, they're what's happening? And if it's
Right.
a cow, they're oh, I've been through this before.
And they'll release me. I get to go eat some more.
Right, exactly.
So would you say AI and palpating is a science and an art?
Yes. I mean, learning in school, it's okay, I can see it on a textbook and I think I know how to do it. But then once you actually practice, it's like, this is a totally different thing. And beef and dairy is also different. It feels different.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. And then with your swine, you all were doing more what?
I've helped a lot with farrowing. So when the sows give birth, I'm helping with like processing piglets and helping with kind of keeping an eye on them. I've done a lot of watching this summer, just watching to see if they're about to farrow. It's been interesting. I've gotten to do a lot of practice with like giving injections and then ear tagging, which has been kind of a learning curve. I'm not very strong, so it's harder to kind of get the tagger to go for me, but yeah.
So, like when I was growing up, we notched ears. They still do that?
I believe they do that at the teaching center, but for research, we don't do that. I think they're kind of shifting away from it.
Sure. You're getting more modern and using
Right.
scanners and such. All right. So, has this been a great learning experience?
Oh, absolutely. It's been, again, it's really made me think about grad school more, just looking at all the hands-on experience. I didn't know you could get so much hands-on experience when you're, a student in like grad school, and like getting to kind of dip my hand into all the different things has been awesome.
And going into reproduction.
Right. Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't that one of Missouri's fortes?
Yeah, so Jordan Thomas, he does a lot of work in reproduction, and I'm trying to work with him more. And so he's big on bovine reproduction. I've talked to a few of his grad students, and yeah, it's big here.
I've even heard like #1 in the world.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm in the right place then.
It is. I think people want to come here. So,
Right,
so
yeah.
you're in good. You're really good that way.
Oh,
But
yeah.
great. So you've really got to learn all sides of this. So
Mm-hmm.
that's and some production too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's kind of one of my big focuses. I want to help the production side of things and kind of learn more about how we can help, the farmers, the ranchers and whatnot, and kind of help them in the production science.
But you also see how much you have to do the background work to get to that point.
Right. Oh yeah.
And
absolutely.
that's the one, because research is hard work, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
It really is.
It really is. Haley, like, before she started actually like having the pigs and the piglets, we had to, that was manual labor, putting together all of her rooms and like getting the crates set up. It's crazy how much work you got to do, really.
And it's 7 days a week that you got to feed
yeah.
them.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen that at the dairy too. It's with the heat, we've had to be up there pretty early, just trying to, make sure that conception rates stay high, and if, making sure they stay cool. And it's really hard to make sure they keep that pregnancy, because it's one thing to, AI and like, oh, you're done, but you're not. You have to make sure that they actually keep to term, and it's hard work.
Now, are they try to get the sex one way or another, don't they? Either male or female.
Sometimes we can do sex sorted semen.
And are they? Do they want heifers or they want?
So usually we want heifers, just because the more heifers you have, the more you can, raise them to be milked, and like,
Sure.
they have babies over and over again. But then we'll do like, if, we want to cull a cow, like she's not doing very well, we'll breed her one last time to a beef cow. So it's beef dairy. So we can get more money out of that bull than if it had a heifer.
That's nice management.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
For
All
sure.
right. Well, do you recommend this for other students next summer?
Absolutely. It's fun because it changes. There's all sorts of different projects going on at Mizzou all the time, especially in the summer. I didn't really, you're not here when you're a student in the summer usually. So it's interesting to see everything that's going on.
I forgot to ask you, what year are you in?
I'm about to be a junior.
Okay.
Yep.
What'd you do last summer?
Last summer, I was working at like a daycare.
Oh, really?
Because
So
I hadn't figured out what I wanted to do, honestly.
Sure. So this is some great hands-on.
Oh,
then.
yeah. I was excited to get this opportunity.
Wonderful. Well, the best of luck to you, and don't forget about us.
I won't, I promise.